Hello fellow Scratchers, in this episode I'm gonna show you how to make this ground level. And in this ground level sprite I have this main, which is this gray block. It's a square. And now I have 4 more costume, which is called room 1, room 2, room 3 and room 4. Okay, now firstly I want to do is to create 4 different rooms. So I'm gonna make these rooms now. There we go. This is level 1 or room 1. And next I'm going to make room 2, room 3 and room 4. There we go. Now I have these 4 room sprites. Now I'm going to start coding on the ground. In the ground, I'm gonna make it when green flag click, I want it to do. I don't want any of these room sprites. So I'm gonna switch the costume to main. And then set size to 100%. And now I want it to be centerized, so I make it go to 0, 0. There we go. Now go to the events block and click when I receive start. I want it to set the size to 100% again. Go to 0, 0 and add this if else sprite. Now go to the operators and check if the selected level is 1. Now if it's the selected level is 1, we want it to switch the costume to room 1. Now make few more of these. Now if the level is 2, we want it to switch costume to room 2. And so on. And now if the last else, so if the level is not 1, 2 or 3, they will simply know that it's room 4. So we just switch the costume to room 4. There we go. So now let's say we start and you can see these 4 rooms. Now you also can make this bottom bit by placing this to -80 and room 4, also the Y also -80. Now you see they are at the bottom. Okay, now if we select one level, you can see that the level has turned to that level. You also can come to the map here and pin in the levels. So let's say you go here, bitmap vector. Copy this, go to the map, zoom in. Now paste the levels. And now we want it to minimize. And we'll fit it right here. There we go. And now for level 2 or room 2, we can simply come back here and paste it in again. Make sure you convert it to bitmap and vector again, only before you paste it. There we go. Once you got all of your levels well fitted in, you can see this little white corner at the sides. So what I want you to do is you can add more rectangles and decide to cover it. There we go. You can do this to room 3 too. You just have to convert it back to vector. And if you don't want to keep making squares, you can just copy and paste it in each room. There we go. So now if you click on start, you can see these rooms coming out, and this is the room of your choice. And you can see all of these rooms coming out. Okay, and lastly of all, what I want you to do is to create a square, which is gonna be the player sprites. And this sprite we're gonna use for the next episode. Make sure this player sprite fits in all of the levels. You shouldn't make it too big and you shouldn't make it too small. Okay, so this is one of my player sprites. There we go. And I'll make it a 33 by 33. And now if you want to make all those fancy round sides, what you can do is click on this shaping tool and then click about 2, or if you want even rounder, you can click 3 pixels away. Make sure you click it on all sides. There we go. Now you can slowly delete all of the edges. And now you see your one circle, your one square friend have now turned into an oval one. You can also readjust it by using this tool here. There we go. So now we have the player 1. Okay, and now let's duplicate this and make player 2. If you don't want to do all those again, you can just change the color. There we go. And one important thing you have to do is that when you start, you have to make sure that your players would fit. Like if you make the player too big, let's say the player size is this big, you can see that the player can barely fit through these gaps. So what I advise you is to make the player smaller than this size here. Okay, and these player sprites are the player sprites we're gonna make in the next episode. And I'll see you in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye guys, and I'll see you in the next one.